staying healthy? No more?
So far.
So far? I mean,
Yeah.
I know you had the injuries you talked about last week.
Right, yeah, so far, just minor things, but no major things. So, I mean, that's the way it's going to be all year. We've got to better have a lot of tape on the road and at home because we got to keep everybody on the floor right now.
So, Coach, yeah, I know. So, Coach, talk about some of your transfer players like Kristen King. She comes from a G2 college, had great success. What about her performance so far that you just see her this offseason that you're excited about for this upcoming year?
Well, first of all, she's a really good person. Comes from a great family. Has a lot to learn, especially defensively. You know, a lot of players come in here as freshmen and junior college players and they've never been taught defense. And that's probably not good with me. So, you know, she's working hard, she's starting to learn, but it's going to take a while. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. She's going to have to learn how to play defense and learn how to go hard all the time when you're on the floor. And once she does that, you know, she's very athletic, gets up and down the floor, jumps well and that, but, you know, there's other things that she has to get better at. And once she does, she's going to be a really good player for us.
You know, just doing research on the Big 12 women's side, it almost seems like everyone's returning 4 starters and has, you know, a hotshot recruit coming in this year. So to be picked 4th in that league, you know, where does that, you know?
Well, I don't know. We was picked 4th last year and finished 3rd. I don't know. They always put Oklahoma ahead of us, and we always finish ahead of them. I mean, I don't know why they keep doing that, but they do.
Let them keep doing it.
Yeah, keep doing it. I mean, you know, the league, especially like teams like Kansas and Texas Tech and them, which finished at the bottom last year, are much improved because they had a bunch of players sitting out and brought in some good recruits, but also had players transfers sitting out. So that's going to happen a lot. I think it's, you know, you have Baylor and you have Texas. And then, you know, I think teams can beat them still. But I think then the rest of us are going to be fighting, you know, for other positions and that type of stuff. I think Baylor has a lot of talent, a lot of returners, and a lot of great players coming in. And Texas the same way.
Oklahoma's got that 6'9" girl.
Who?
Coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Maybe that was the boost.
It must have been.
Yeah.
It must have been. That's fine. That's fine. But no, nothing against Oklahoma. They're going to be good. I mean, let's not make it. Nothing against it, but it's funny. It's funny that we were picked 4th last year, the year before also. Yeah.
What's it going to take the next step?
Well,
I mean, other than maybe have a healthy year.
that would have helped. Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. My plans this year was to extend a lot more, but without numbers now, we can't do that. So. The league's so big, and that was my philosophy. Let's extend and try to take time off the clock before they can throw it into the big posts and all that stuff. But we just can't do that right now, so we're going to have to come up with some other things. And, you know, I think you have to be deep in this league. You have to be 9-10 deep. I think you have to be big in this league. You have to be able to match up with their size certain parts in the game. And if you can't do that, they just wear you down.
You know, you certainly have had your experiences now in the Big 12 and you have a foothold. What similarities that you had here than with the Big East? I mean, certainly there's a UConn, Baylor.
Just the size to me
similarity.
with the post players is the biggest difference.
Yeah.
You know, other than Connecticut might have had a 6'5" girl and a couple other schools, but it really wasn't about size. It was about athletes and up and down and that type of stuff. Where the Big 12, it's about size. It really is, because you look at Baylor, I mean, let's face it, they had 2 freshmen and 2 upperclassmen played last year, and they brought in the #1 post player, and they're all back. So they had 5 5s. So, I mean, all of a sudden. And then Texas is the same thing. And like you said, Oklahoma brought in a 6'9" player, and it's about size. And if you can't match up with their size, I don't care. But, you know, to offset that, my philosophy is offset that. Let's get it out in here. Let's get it 94 feet and offset some of that size and make them an open space, play in open space. To me, you can offset size that way. But when we're going to come up with a new philosophy right now because we just don't have the numbers. I can't wear people out 94 feet when I don't have the bench.
Do you see any freshmen kind of emerging like Tynese did last year? I know you're talking about not having the numbers. Do you see any young players?
With our two or three freshmen are out for the season. So the Staples, Nia Staples out for the season, and then our other Chris McCune is out for the season. So, we brought in 3 freshmen, and 2 of them are done for the season. So, no, I don't. They're not going to be playing. We're just going to rely on, and again, we're not old this year. We have 2 seniors, and they're both in the 5 position. So at every other spot, we're pretty young. So we'll be starting a lot of sophomores and juniors that'll be doing the majority of the playing time.
How do you make up for what Bria brought in?
It's tough. Bria, Bria could handle the ball. Bria could take it off the dribble. Bria could shoot it. So you're trying to find somebody else can take the ball off the dribble and be aggressive and make plays. And Tynese Martin is doing a great job right now. But Alexis Brewer is doing a great job right now taking it off the dribble. So those we need our younger players to step up and do some of the things that Bria did. But make no doubt about it, we're not going to replace Bria right now. So, everybody else got to step up and distribute the ball. We got a lot of people that can score. That's a good thing. We're not going to have one person take most of our shots. It's going to be spread out. So that makes a defense have to guard everybody, which is a good thing.
Aldro's three-point shooting, how much of a weapon can that be for you this year? And will she be, counting on to do that more?
Yeah. Give Tiana a lot of credit. That poor girl, she was playing the perimeter, and then last year I stuck her at the 4 and even the 5. And this year I'm telling her, okay, you got to play the 5, 4, and the 3.
All
but
at once.
Yeah, all at the same time. But give her a lot of credit now. She is bought in 100%. And like you said, at certain positions, she gives you a mismatch for the other team. And that's what we're going to try to have to do is get mismatches and try to get, with Tiana's three-point shooting ability, that puts a 5 or a 4 out in open space. And that's to our advantage. And those are the kind of things we want to do.
You talk about starting sophomores and juniors this year, but so many of those girls had playing time last year because you guys were so young.
Yeah.
Even though it made you scratch your head a bit sometimes to have so many young girls on the floor, how did last year help them develop so that they are ready and can bring more veteran leadership in playing to this year?
Well, it's funny. The new players come in here and they don't have any idea about our defense, but our sophomores act like they know everything. And then last year, they're standing around, don't have a clue. But it does help. I mean, it's not last year, if you remember, I think out of, 15 new players, 12 of them was new or something, and you just didn't, you were starting all over. Now you have some more players that know what they're doing, and that helps, that you're not teaching everybody at one time, you're just teaching your new players. So that really helps, and they've got better. They worked hard this summer. Our whole team worked extremely hard this summer, and they've got better. And, I've had teams in the past where we had to play with not much of a bench. So we just got to do it again. There's no excuses. They just got to learn how to play and be mentally tough for 40 minutes instead of breaking down a little bit and getting tired and you get them out and let them recover. They're just not going to have that opportunity.
The joke is players always want more playing time.
Absolutely.
Until they actually
get more playing time.
Yeah, right.
No, absolutely. That's what I told them. I said, you guys complain and cried about playing time. Now you get all the playing time you want. Now you're crying and complaining again. So it really doesn't matter. They just got to get focused. And again, I've had players, on the page and some, even Bria Holmes played 38 minutes. I mean, they get accustomed to playing those minutes. They really do. And you just got to be mentally tough. And there's going to be ups and downs during the game, but you just got to be ready for that.
Anything else for Coach?
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Michael. Let's see you guys. Be good. Thanks again.